Hey guys, it's Pat with Pat's Home Projects and More. And today we're out here in the shop and we're going to do a little bit of an e-bike repair. I thought I would just kind of go over the bikes a little bit, tell you a little bit about them before we get into the repair work. These are purchased these in May of 2023, and these are Mokwheel Basalt ST bikes, mountain bikes. And I have about 1,500 miles on each one of the bikes. We do ride them pretty much every weekend, and we've enjoyed them. I mean, we've really had no problems with them. We bought two of the exact same bikes since we were at the time unfamiliar with e-bikes altogether. So I wanted to have two of the same. So if I had to do a repair, I would learn from it, and if I had to do it on the other one, I would know how to get it done. So, and it just gave me the ability to have to only understand the ins and outs of one particular bike since they're both the same. And then I figured down the road, if they started running into some problems, and if we had to buy a new one, that I would then have this one of these bikes as parts for the other bike to keep it going even longer. But Mokwheel's been great. I'm not sponsoring them or anything like that, but their sales was great on this. The customer service has been great, and the bikes in general have been great as well. They state that they're supposed to get like 60 to 90 miles on a charge, which, like anything else, it's those are under ideal conditions, and none of us are riding in what they consider ideal conditions. Just like your car, I'm sure you don't get the mileage that your car reported when you bought it. But I have gotten as much as almost 50 miles, 47 and a half, and the battery still didn't die, but it had been blinking on the last bar for quite a bit of time. So we got back, and that was like 47 and a half miles. So, we got 50 miles out of it. Now, these bikes are, you know, listed as class two, but they do have a class three setting in the thing. I don't have them set in class three. We have them set for class two. I think, and you can even lower it down to class one. So, and I think class one is 20, class two, I think, is 26 miles an hour, and class three is like 32 miles an hour. Um, and then in each class, the pedal assist, you can have it at a one, which is the weakest assist, two, three, four, and five. And generally, we keep it in a two, level two. And most of the time, we do the pedaling. Only times that I really ever use the throttle is when we're going up a steep hill, just to help get me up to the top. But in general, we do all the pedaling. We don't do it like a lot of people you see that actually just use it as an electric bike for that purpose. So we tend, I think, to get a little bit better mileage out of a battery charge than typical. But at this point, I had one major issue with this thing, and it was an electrical issue, and it has to do with the braking on it. When you apply the brake, it disconnects the pedal assist, so that when you're at a light or a stop sign or something, it doesn't want to keep pulling the bike forward. So with that being pulled, it disconnects that power, and you're not going to the bike's not going to want to go forward that much. But I had one of the wires come loose on this, and if you look at the two bikes, you can see that they were obviously put together by two different individuals. And this wrapping is set up as a lot nicer than this one was, and it seems like the wiring on this one is a little bit longer than on this bike. And I don't know if that had something to do with it, but what ended up happening, and I'll show you over here. Okay, so you can see here the wire that was connected to here, and you can see how it wasn't all the way in this wrapping compared to this one over here, where it is all the way in that wrapping to the end. This is just to the light itself. But this one here what happened was while we were turning it, this wire had gotten underneath here, and then as I turned back, it stretched out and pulled it out of that, causing it to rip apart. And you can see here the wear on the part here where this had been rubbing the paint off. So that we're going to replace. We're going to make sure that we get it in here and try to get it more, the wrap on there more like we have on the white bike. Okay, so what I ended up doing was contacting Mokwheel through email, and I just explained to them what had happened and sent them some pictures of this. And they responded that this new wiring that they sent out would be in the mail, and I should receive it. I think it was like 7 to 10 days because it's coming from California, and I'm in Ohio. So they did end up sending me this out without any issues or anything, under warranty, and we're going to go ahead and get that replaced on there right now. It's nice that most all these things are all color coded, so it should go together pretty easy. We've just got to disconnect this wrapping and follow it down this main shaft. We're going to have to open this up over here to see where exactly that wire gets plugged in. But let me go ahead and get this wrapping off, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so that has all those separated. Now we just got to follow it down through the tube there. Okay, so the first thing we got to take off is this housing. Hopefully we can just take these bolts out and just pivot it down without having to take the pedal arm off. So this appears to be a number 3 Allen key. And we just want to be careful here because there is a gasket on there. We don't want to damage that gasket. All right. We just got to figure out which is the wire that we're looking for. And it appears to be a single wire. So that appears to be this one right here. Now this unit, the wiring goes up behind this cover plate here, which appears to be welded in place. So what I think I'm going to do is just tie some string to this as I pull it up so that I have a way of easily getting the new wire down. There also is a locking mechanism for the battery up top, which appears to be in the way. that just opens up. That comes off. And then we can slowly... Okay. I think we're almost there. All right. So it looked like this cable and these ones were kind of wrapped around each other, and it was making it hard to pull out because it's a very narrow spot behind this battery compartment. And get our new one here. Slide that into there. Let's see if we can... Okay, guys, so we finally got the cable through, and it was a mighty struggle. Um, I had to take this part out. This is the bottom part of the battery that the battery plugs into, and what I was trying to do was, I had taken I wanted to have a string to be able to pull it down, the new one back down through, but and I had taken duct tape. I mean, not duct tape, just regular electrical tape, and I had wrapped this down because the first couple times I tried it, I, I was pulling and I think it was getting caught on something like this. So I taped it this way and wrapped the tape to see if that would keep the wire straighter as I went down. But it's such a tight fit. I'm going to show you here what we have. If I can get a good enough view in here. So you can see there where the cable's got to go through, and it's just thick enough just to fit the cables themselves. So that electrical wire along with the string was causing it to be just too thick that I couldn't get it pulled through. I tried, believe it or not, for over an hour, and then I decided I'm just gonna leave. I had left the string in there, and I thought I'd just give it a try, just working this through without it. And lo and behold, it went through without a problem. I had it in there in a minute. So if you have to attempt something like this, it's good to have the string there in case you have problems. But if for me in this situation, it was just the tape and the string was causing it to be too thick to get all the way through. It was binding up on these two nuts here. This is where you can attach a bracket for to hold the water bottle. And so on the inside there must be a little bit of a bump, and it's enough to not allow it to pass by. But anyways, we got it through, so we're going to go ahead and finish getting it together here. I've got all the wires back in, and we just got to put the wrap back on. I'm going to try to match it up with the white one, and we'll be right back to finish this up. Okay, guys, so we've completed the wire replacement on here, and I went ahead and strapped all the wiring back down. And as you can see, it looks a lot more like this one here, which I thought was a cleaner setup than what I originally had with the orange bike. I did notice that for some reason, some of the wiring coming off of the handlebars on the orange bike here are a little bit longer than on that one. I don't know why that is, but so I wasn't able to completely replicate the look of that one, but I think I got it a lot closer. Plus, over here, I don't have the wire hanging down, which is would get caught on this strut adjustment here. So this is all nice and clean and everything. So we're all good with this. Hope you enjoyed the repair and got some good information from it. And if you have any questions about the repair or about Mokwheel, please leave a question in the comments, and I'll be more happy to answer it for you. And as usual, please like and subscribe. It does help out the channel, and you have a great day. Take care.